older brother. I was a kicker. He was a kicker because soccer is in our blood. It's in our genetics. And I was a kicker too, and I could still kick a little bit, but that's all we know. And football is something new for our family. But I think I got football.
Growing up, you played soccer.
Soccer,
when
basketball.
Did you start playing in basketball?
Yeah.
When did you start playing
Until
football?
I got to high school. My brother was a junior. When my brother was a junior, I was in 8th grade, but he was a junior. He was begging my parents to let him go play football. And they, for the love of God, would never let him play. Never. And they said if you play, we'll just be so disappointed. And he kind of just snuck out there on his own and started kicking the ball. And they're like, all right, well, if you're a kicker, that's fine. That's all you can do. And so he was a senior kicking. I came in as a freshman, and they said the only way you can play football is if you're a kicker like your brother. But I was a little bit bigger. I was like 6'3", 215. And as a freshman, that's pretty good size. And so I was kicking, and then my coach threw me in at left tackle.
Yeah.
Went
It's all
off
over,
there.
huh?
Yeah. So my parents came to the first game thinking I'm just going to be a kicker. It wasn't a good sight, but they enjoy it now. They come every single game, home and away. And my dad knows a lot about football now. He knows about schemes now, like strategy stuff. So it's awesome to see that.
Well, what did they say though when they saw you at left tackle?
Oh, I mean,
You get the riot act that night,
yeah, the ride home wasn't too much fun.
but they didn't prohibit you.
No.
Okay, so whose heart did you break coming to Oregon? Who wanted you really bad?
I broke my brother's heart. He was at Washington State.
Oh yeah.
And so I broke his heart. I broke my mom's heart. She really wanted me to go to Washington State, and it was. My dad always told me he always told me to make the decision for myself. Obviously they all want me to go to Washington State to be with my brother, but this decision's for me, and obviously I made the right decision. And so, my mom said, I'm never going to tell you what to do anymore because she's always wrong. But I think that we joke around with her. But, yeah, those are the two hearts I probably broke, was my brother and my mom.
What do you like about playing center? Left tackle in high school.
I wish I could be a quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean,
Come in and kick.
center is just, there's a lot of responsibility as a center, and I like taking that, as a challenge. Making all the calls in this offense is a challenge. Getting everybody on the same page is a challenge. And you're the quarterback of the offensive line. You got to read a lot of the defense, and but all that comes with, I think the center, like as myself, since I've been getting too much credit for the success we had on this offensive line. But all four other guys deserve just as much credit because they make my job so much easier. They make a lot of calls as well, and they're in this as much as I am.
But hiking that ball in the spread, shotgun, I mean, probably had to adjust a few times about that.
Yeah, I mean, early on in my career.
How hard is it to do both?
Yeah, early on in my career, I was having trouble with it because we were going so fast. But I adjusted to it. And I'm still gonna have some mistakes, and it happens. But just gotta go back and trust your preparation. We do it in practice so many times that it should just be second nature to me now, and it's becoming second nature to me. So you just gotta trust your preparation.
And over your career, was there a game or a play or both that you would look back and say that's the highlight? That play that I did this, or this game totally that you won, or whatever. Can you think of?
Every touchdown that happens on this offense is like a highlight to me because obviously the offensive line did something. When I see Marcus score, when I see Keenan Lowe score, when I see Byron score, that's like offensive line. We're also scoring a touchdown, and it's all about the team, and it's not about myself individually about one certain play as a highlight. It's what we do as a team together. When we win big games, that's the biggest highlight for me.
Well, is there a game that's the biggest highlight?
Every game that we won, every game, 35 games.
Okay. All right. I'll do a little more if you guys.
Okay, yeah.
Wait.
I wanted to ask, what have you been up to over the summer? What have you been doing in the last few months?
Just been, working on my game, and that's in the weight room, getting more explosive, getting stronger, doing a lot of stretching, a lot of prehab. We're not calling it rehab, but prehab. Preventing it, and just stretching a lot, and I'm gonna take some yoga classes, and also would like to have some fun in golf. I like to golf a lot, and Marks and I have been going a lot this past summer and even in the spring. So it's something that we're hooked on now, and I don't think we're ever going to stop.
He said that he's trying to catch up to your golf game. How's he doing?
He's doing well. He's getting much better. He's consistently hitting it up off the ground now. He's not always shanking it on the ground. But when we go out there, we just have fun. We're so competitive that it's just natural to us to get upset with a bad shot. But the way I'm starting to look at it now is like every shot's a good shot, and just some are better than others, obviously. But we're just having fun with it.
When you get out there and you get a chance to golf with him, what's been the most ridiculous shot that he's made so far?
It was pretty crazy. We're on a par 3. It was like 35 yards out to the right of the green. He shanked it to the right, and it was second shot. And he chipped it on. I'm standing at the hole, and he chipped it on the green. I just immediately put my hands up. It just looked good to me. I put my hands up. I threw my club. I picked up the flag, and it just went right in the hole. And we were running around like going crazy on a golf course, and just screaming because he chipped in. So that's probably my biggest golf highlight, because seeing him, so happy, it was awesome.
How about what have you said to him in the off season the last few days? I know he's been gone. I know he's been back home for a little while. But what exchanges have you guys had getting ready for this season?
Just get guys going, being more vocal leaders, because both of us are so naturally, we're both quiet, and it was a little uncomfortable a couple years ago to be more vocal on this team. But I think now, the team needs it more than ever. We need him more, to be more vocal. We need myself to be more vocal, but we need other guys also to, follow along and, just trust the way, Coach Helfrich, carries, this whole program. Everything that we do, there's a reason for it. And he's always in it for us. He's never going to do something just for himself. He's doing everything he does is just for the team. And that's the biggest thing that we've talked about.
Did it feel like last season the team was sort of relying on him a little too much?
Yeah, definitely. I think, too many times we were relying on Marcus, especially in the Arizona game or the Stanford game. We're relying on Marcus to make big plays, and that should never happen again. A lot of that comes down onto the offensive line. We just got to, take the slack off his shoulders and help him out, help the running backs out, and creating more time in pass protection, creating bigger running gaps for the running backs in the run game. And that's the motivation that we've had this whole offseason. And so that's why I'm so excited to get out there today and see it all go out on the field.
Do you guys feel like the line is more equipped to do that this year with another offseason, another season anyways under your belts?
Yeah, everyone that is coming back from last year, we've all got much better in the offseason. And the only way we could tell that is, we'll see this fall camp and we'll see the first game. And we just got to trust our preparation.
I want to go back and ask one more about Marcus. What do you guys do if he goes down? What do you guys do if he goes down and you don't have him after one point in the season?
I would say that will hurt the team very bad, but that's something I don't even think about because it's just some superstitious thing I have for myself. I always say I never think about injuries. I just play the game, and whatever happens, happens.
Looking at Michigan State, sorry.
No.
Looking at Michigan State, I know that it's not the first game of the season, but it's one of the most hyped games of the season coming into Autzen. I know you have to have talked about that with some of the other teammates, some of the other guys on the line. What have you guys been saying to each other about it?
I haven't. I've been talking about practice, to be honest with you. And when you worry about games like that, that's when you're not even going to do a good job at practice. Because how are you going to have a good practice when you just focus on Michigan State? You're not going to focus on what's at hand right now, and that's whatever we're working on at practice. And that's what I've been telling the guys. And I think that's what I'm really pleased about is like everyone has the same mindset, as a lot of us do and a lot of the leaders do, and just focus on this fall camp, focus on ourselves right now. Our defense is already enough to handle. I mean, they're I feel like the best defense out there, so we got to worry about them first.
Well, Marcus would talked a little bit about how his decision to come back was not based on unfinished business, the old cliche. Tell me about your decision to come back and a little bit about, what you're trying to accomplish this season.
Yeah, it's not unfinished business. It's about coming back it's about coming back for this team, coming back for the community, for our coaching staff, and just getting better, becoming a better football player. If we become better football players, the team will become a better team, and that's what it's all about. And obviously our goal is to win a national championship. It's no secret at all. But and if we prepare the way we should prepare, if we practice the way we should practice, the sky's the limit for this team.
How much are those 2 losses from last season driving you guys this season?
Yeah, driving us a lot. I think it's driving, not just football team. I think it's driving the whole community. But it's anytime you lose like that, I mean, it's got to motivate you to come back and become, you come closer. We shared all that adversity, and we become a closer team from that. You just try to get the positives and get better from that in the weight room, off the field, on the field, mentally, everything.
Personal things. Yeah. Okay, so what was your favorite sport growing up other than football?
My favorite sport? It was basketball. Basketball is still, I love basketball. The Lakers, my team. Kobe Bryant's my idol. And so
it's tough to be a Laker fan right now, huh?
It's all right. We'll be good. We'll make the playoffs.
Favorite NFL team, though?
I didn't follow football until high school. Even in high school, I didn't watch football. I just played it, and then I got to college, and that's when it was a reality shock to me. It was just seeing the way you prepare for a practice, prepare for a game. All the studying that goes on. I was just like blown away, because in high school I just played the game. I just went out there and have fun and play. But in college, you gotta prepare mentally as much as you do physically. So so I was actually never really allowed to even think about football or watch football. And my family just about soccer, and then I like basketball, and they let me watch basketball. So that's all we really watched.
Who's your favorite soccer team?
Favorite soccer team? Would it start probably Manchester United. I've always liked them. I mean, I grew up as a David Beckham fan, and that's who he was playing for. So.
Did you follow the World Cup, and did you have a World Cup favorite? And did your family?
USA.
Did your family have a World Cup favorite?
USA.
USA.
Yeah. Romania hasn't been too good at football until my mom's third cousin. I mean, you can say third cousin. They live on the same street, and he was the captain for 3 of the World Cup teams for Romania. And so the last World Cup that they were at was in '98. Ever since then, they haven't been to one. So it's been a tough ride for the Romanian national team. So my parents jumped the boat and started following the U.S. team.
You speak another language then?
Yeah, I speak Romanian.
And when do you ever talk?
In the house. So when I go home, that's my grandma lives with us, and she only speaks Romanian. So even with my dad and my parents, I still speak Romanian to them. Only with my brother and my cousins, we speak English.